everyone. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the new Rare Beauty products from Selena Gomez. I already did my eyes because she didn't release anything from the eyes. And without any further ado, let's review this Rare Beauty. Okay, so I was very excited because she released this line thinking about more of a natural type of finished products. I love natural skin. Whenever I do makeup, I put everything on my eyes. Like, I love heavy makeup in my eyes. But whenever I do my skin, I really love very natural skin that doesn't look like I have a lot of makeup on. I always use concealer as a base sometimes. I always use some concealer as a base sometimes. That doesn't make any sense. I usually use concealer as a base sometimes because concealer is very thick in consistency. So you generally can use it, or if you want to use it as a foundation, you can, because it's going to cover all your blemishes. So if you have any skin imperfection, it's going to cover it. And that's what I do. And I put like a tiny bit of concealer under my eyes, and that's it. But I love very dramatic eyes. Like, eyeshadow for me is my favorite thing to do, as you can see. So I bought from the line the things that I know I'm going to use. If I like the whole, thing and the products, I know I'm going to reach back to and use again. So what I bought was the Liquid Touch Tint foundation. And the shade I bought was the 380W. Let's open it up so you guys can see here. This is how the package looks. And you open it, you twist it, and this is the applicator. I hope I get the right shade. It looks a little darker, but it's fine. I can make it work. Because the concealer, I actually always buy it not in the same shade as the foundation. I always buy my concealer a little bit more lighter, because I like to use it to highlight a little bit under my eyes. And the concealer, I bought it on 320W. And this is the Liquid Touch Brightening Concealer. And this is how it looks like. The top of the bottles are different from the concealer and the foundation. You can see that this one is like a flat, round shape, and this one is like a little ball. Yeah, this is a lot lighter. Ooh, a lot comes out from the product. Let me show you the swatch, and this is the foundation in the bottom, and the top is the concealer, and you can see it's very brightening. It's going to be almost the same as my skin, and the foundation is going to be a little darker. So I do a mix of the both, don't worry. Then I got the Positive Light Liquid Luminizer, and the shade I got was Transcend. And this one looks like the bottle of the foundation, a little bit more chubby. And it's like a rose gold type of highlighter. Let me swatch it in here. And you can see it here in the bottom. It's very nice. And then the other product I got was the Soft Pinch Matte Liquid Blush. I got it matte and not the dewy because she released two type of finishes, the dewy and the matte. But since I have combination skin, I got the matte one. I think it's going to be better for me. And since I'm gonna be using highlighter anyways, I didn't need for the both to be too dewy. It's very pigmented for blush actually. And this is the shade Love, and this is how it looks. You see it's very pigmented. It's like a brick tone. The other product I got was the With Gratitude Dewy Lip Balm. This is how the package looks like. And it's very soft, so be careful when putting it in your purse because it might open. And this is the shade I got. It's a very like it's almost the color of my lips if you see it. It's a little bit more darker, but it's almost the same shade, and it's very balmy. It has a very balmy feeling, so it's going to be very moisturizing, which I like. She released the other one that was like a matte finish liquid lipstick or something like that, but I don't use liquid lipsticks. That's why I didn't get it. And she also released tools like a sponge and brushes, but I have a lot of brushes and I don't use much sponges to do my makeup, so that's why I didn't get any of the tools. And the other product she got was the brow gel with the pen together in one, and that one I also didn't get it because I have a lot of brow products here, and since I do my brows very natural, I don't use a lot of product all the time. Like I don't need to build up my brows all the time. So for me to review a brow product, sometimes it's difficult because I don't use much of it. So that's why I didn't get those two. And the last product I got is the Rare Beauty, of course, Perfect Strokes Matte Liner. And this is the only shade she has, which is black. And this is how it looks like. I did a very thick line so you can see the pigmentation and everything. So it's very nice. Everything looks nice right now that I just swatched everything, but I'm going to be applying everything now on my face. So let's see how it goes. I already prepped my skin, and also she also released a primer and a face mist, but I didn't get those two because I don't usually use primers. When I prep my skin, I use moisturizing creams or stuff like that, and I don't use any mists or anything or setting sprays. I don't get the point of them. So, but that's my professional opinion. If you use them, go you. Let's do. Oh, it says that it have to be shaken, or whatever. So let's shake it. It has a little ball inside. Okay, and let's apply it. This is definitely, okay, the first thing. I don't know if you can see it there, but when you shake it, all the oil from the product came out because this bottle doesn't really, like, you have to tie it very well for it to close properly. Otherwise it's going to do this. Look at the cap and everything. It's all messed up with the oils, like the moisturizing ingredients from the foundation. That happens a lot with foundations that doesn't have this type of applicators. I don't remember the name right now. And when they are like this, the product tends to accumulate here in the cap. So when you have this type of applicators, it's easier and it gets less messy. So as a professional makeup artist, I love this type of applicators this for me is an issue because it messes up everything. So that's something that to get in consideration when you put this inside your makeup bag. I will recommend that you put it always standing up so this doesn't happen. It might have been laying down or something for a long time when it was coming in the mail, so that's why the oil separated with the rest of the product, and when I shaked it up, all the oil came out. So it's normal. It's just at my recommendation. I don't know if Selena is gonna see this video, but just in case, this is something that I will get, that I will consider it, like maybe change this cap to something like this. It's going to be less messy and it's going to be better. And also these type of applicators are great for you because you're gonna be the only one using it. But if as a professional makeup artist, to use this is not as hygienic as using this again. So yeah, those are the things that I will recommend to the brand. And let's do, this is not my color, definitely, it's too dark, but that was my fault. It's very thin, it's very liquid, which is great because that means that it's going to be skin-like finish. And I love that from foundations. Whenever I work with models and stuff like that, I love that type of foundations. I use that type of foundations a lot because, again, I love not the skin to look like it has a lot of makeup. So this is great. It's looking good. Even though it's not my color, it doesn't look bad at all. Yeah, this is my summer color. In 2020, we didn't have a summer actually, because everybody was at home. So I didn't get to go to the beach or anything like that. So the closest tan I got was wearing a foundation that's darker. But the concealer is gonna fix it. Yeah, the finish of the foundation is very, very nice. You can see it's very dewy. It doesn't look like heavy, it doesn't look cakey. I love that. It has a great, like a great coverage, even though it's very liquid. It has a great coverage. It works very nice using a brush. So I don't have any complaints about the product itself. I like it. So I would definitely reach back to this one. But yeah, my only complaint is the bottle with the whole oil situation. I don't know if I had to shake the concealer, but let's do it just in case. Yeah, this is tighter. Don't know why the difference, because the bottles are the same, but this is tighter, so the product doesn't come out like that, like the foundation. I'm using it a little bit wider. I'm going to illuminate here in the center because I feel like the foundation was very dark. So I get the center of my face a little bit more highlighter. The concealer has a great consistency too. I love using brushes too for concealer. So let's see how it behaves when I use a brush. Very nice. It's not a very thick concealer that is going to cover a lot, but it's a very nice concealer if you want to get a very natural finish. But if you have imperfection or if you have a deep under eye, you have to correct first. So I will suggest that you use first, if you want to use the same concealer to correct and brighten, then use the concealer the same color of your foundation, and then buy another one that's lighter, so you can put the one that's the same color of your foundation first. You will apply it, let it sit a little bit so it gets a little bit thicker, and then you blend it. And after you blend that one, you apply the other one that's brightening over the one that you just applied. So it's going to give you more coverage, and it's going to correct your under eyes better. Still, it's going to look maybe your under eye is going to look a little bit dark or something like that if you have a very, very dark under eye, but it's going to look more natural too. So for those days that you wanna look like, you know, that you don't have much makeup on, that's how you can like correct it but not correct it, like the makeup not makeup look. Yeah, this one, since I was talking to you guys, it was sitting here and it got a little bit thicker, so this eye looks more corrected, or it has better finish than this one. This one is, it looks like I need a little bit more, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna apply just a tiny bit more here, where is usually where I have more darkness. I'm gonna let it sit a little bit.
A few moments later.
Okay, now that I let it sit a little bit, I'm going to blend it with a tiny brush, because I'm going closer to my inner part of the eye, and just dabbing it like this. The under eye is a very delicate area, so whenever you apply products on the under eye, make sure that you're not like tugging or something like that. And you are dabbing the product like this, very delicate, so you don't get more wrinkles. Okay, perfect. So it looks very nice. Since the foundation I bought is darker than my skin color, it actually helped me with bronzing my face. So what I'm gonna do is the same brush that I use for the concealer, I'm going to mix here so it looks more corrected, like if I apply bronzer. And my under eyes are very, very nice, like they look very highlighter. Okay, I'm gonna move now to the blush. Again, the color I got was Love, and I think a little bit will go a long way because it looks very, very pigmented. And I'm going to use my fingers for this. I like to take my blush sometimes here to the temples a little bit. It's very pigmented, but it's easy to work with. Like, it's easy to manipulate and blend. So that's nice, because if it's very pigmented but it's not easy to manipulate, then it creates a problem because it starts to look patchy or stuff like that. But this one is very nice, and I don't mind like having very rosy cheeks because I love blush, so I generally apply a lot of blush anyways. So for me, it's cute. And I apply a little bit here so I look like sunburned. And what I'm gonna do is with the brush that I apply my concealer with, I'm going to blend the edges so it doesn't look harsh. Okay, blush is on. I really love the blush. I actually love the finish. The color is very nice. It's very easy to use, and you just have to make sure that don't apply too much because I have dark skin, and plus the foundation was darker and it doesn't look that dramatic. But if you have lighter skin tone, then use a little bit first and keep building it little by little. The concealer is creasing a lot for me in my under eye, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a little bit of powder there, but let's finish with the whole thing and I do the powder later. I'm going to use now the highlighter, and I'm gonna go here first in the back of my hand, and then from there I'm going to apply it with my fingers too. The cool thing about using liquids and cream products is that you can use your fingers and you don't need a lot of tools. It's very nice. It's a very nice highlighter. It's a very natural finish highlighter. So if you want something more like beaming, you will need to apply something on top of this because it's very natural. It's very nice. It gives you like a dewy finish more than like glittery or too highlighted finish. It's more like a dewy, like a wet type of finish, which I love also. Whenever you're doing like a natural makeup, like an everyday makeup, that's what you wanna have. Something that looks like is your skin glowing from within, and it's not like you're applying a lot of makeup and make the skin look certain way. And this is beautiful, and the combination with the blush is very nice. It's very cute. So you can see how glowy it is. And since I have combo skin, I will set the center of my face, but I will do it later. And when I show you the final result, you're gonna see like how I look then. Let's play with the liner. I'm a little bit like nervous with the liner because these type of liners are actually tricky to use. Hopefully this one is easy. Right now my eyes have a little bit of, well, the shadows that I have in the inner part has a little bit of glitter. So let's see how this works with that type of shimmers, because this type of pencils, sometimes when it gets with shimmer, they get stuck and they don't perform well. So we're gonna try that out. And I'm gonna do a very tiny line, and I'm gonna do it from the inner part and then stand it a little bit here, but I'm not gonna do it too dramatic because my eyes are already dramatic. So let's see. Okay, it's actually not that difficult to use. It's not that difficult to use. You can do a very sharp line with it. You need to know how to maneuver with this type of pencils. It has a lot of pigment on it and it's very liquid. So it's very easy if you don't know how to work with this type of pencils, because it's not really a pen, it's actually a brush, and it has the tint. Whenever you push the brush, the tint comes out. You need to have a good technique, because otherwise it can be a little bit messy if you're not used to use this type of pencils, but it works well. The pigmentation is there. It worked well with the shimmer shadow, so it didn't skip or anything like that. The line actually was easy to do. I could do a very sharp line. I could go very deep into the inner corners. So this is amazing if you want to do this new technique that's called fuzzy eyes. So if you want to do that, it's going to be amazing for you. So it worked well. So I'm gonna do the other side. Hopefully it comes well as this one, and let's see how it works. Yeah, I like it a lot, actually. I hope the lines are as similar as possible. Sometimes when you apply certain type of liners, when you go again to correct something, or if you go on top because you want it to be very dark, very black, it starts to crack, and this one doesn't do that. Like, I went on top of this side and like fixed something, and it didn't crack and it didn't separate. So that's great, and it dispenses a lot of tint, so that's great too, because that's another thing. Some liners, when you have them open for a certain amount of time, they dry down, so you have to close them and shake them and then open it again and keep working, and this one didn't do that, so great. The last product will be the lip product. So let me just remove what I have in my lips very quick. And this one is just a balm with a little bit of tint. So let's see. Beautiful, I love it. Let me just clean up here. I love it, it's beautiful. It's also very nice, it feels very moisturizing. I love this type of products because I hate my lips going dry. That's why I don't use liquid lipsticks. But this one is very comfortable, it's very nice, it looks cute. It's something that I would definitely reach back again. You really don't need anything else. If you're doing like a everyday look or something like that, you can apply this. It has enough color to look like a lipstick, so very nice, very nice. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to finish my eyes, like apply mascara, finish the bottom part, apply a little bit of powder in the center of my face, and we go to the final look so you can see everything together. Okay, now that I finished the rest of my makeup, I finished the bottom part of my eyes. Also, I actually removed the line and like the tail of the line that I did before, and I redo the line a little bit more dramatic because of the whole eye look. And it was easy to remove, it was easy to do again. As I mentioned before, the good thing about this one is that it doesn't break apart. I really love the liner. From all of the things that I tried, My favorite ones were the liner and the blush. Those are my number one. I love the pigmentation of both. I love the finish of both. I love how easy to work with both are. I need to play more with the foundation. Unfortunately, since the shade is not really my shade, you can see it here in my neck. There are different colors. The foundation, like the finish of the foundation, how it feels in the skin is very nice. As you can see, I applied in the center of my face a little bit of powder, not too much to remove the dewiness of the foundation. But you can see that it's a little bit more matte and it's set very well. So the foundation for me is good, but I need to play more with it. The concealer, the same thing. I think the concealer is too liquid for my taste, and it's not gonna be for everyone. If you have very deep under eyes, it's not gonna be enough for you to correct. So that's the only thing with the concealer. I love concealers that are very moisturizing like this one, but with a little bit more of coverage, and so I can use them actually as foundation, as I mentioned before. This one I wouldn't be able to use it as foundation either because it doesn't cover enough. The highlighter is beautiful. I love the color. As you can see, it's very dewy. It gives me that wet feeling and that wet finish in my skin, which I love. So I really love this one. It's not like revolutionary or something that I haven't seen before, not, but it's a very nice highlighter. So yeah, I would recommend it. And the lip balm is very nice too. I love the consistency. I love how moisturizing it feels to the lips. It has a great finish. Yeah, I would recommend it. The only thing with it is just be careful because it doesn't close like very tight. Even though it has like a magnetic thing, it's not very tight. So if you're gonna put it in your purse, just be careful that it might open. That's the only thing that I have to say, or suggestions that I have about the brand. I love that Selena created something that's for everyone, and this is something very easy to use, and I would recommend it. Of course, it's up to you to try it on. It has to be something that is your taste, and definitely something that you really want to reach out again. I always say that don't spend your money on products that you know you're gonna use only once just because everybody's talking about it. No, make sure that you're using or buying the products that you know you're gonna use. That's why I didn't buy the whole line, because I knew that some of the products I wouldn't use again. Let me know if you have any questions or anything about the video that you didn't understand or something like that. Let me know here in the description below and the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Make sure to share this video to everyone that is interested in knowing about the brand and that might think that this information is helpful. And what else? That's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you next time. Bye bye.
Yo. Yo.